on. I keep saying it's a seismic day in terms of injury and in terms of teams that continue to play at a remarkably high level, like the LA Rams. Matthew Stafford, of course, they're Goff forever linked. They traded places. LA got their Super Bowl. Detroit's still looking for theirs. It's a 14-10 game. The Lions are trailing. An enormous day for Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is a game of 52 on a play where Goff climbs up in the pocket and does a wonderful job extending. Now it's Goff quickly out. Saint, as they call him, and the Saint spins to the end zone. Detroit up by 3. 36 seconds to go in the half. Jameson Williams take the top off the defense. He is all alone in the back of the end zone, and it's a race. Man, that'd be a good one right there. Gibbs and Williams. Lions lead by 10. The Rams are now within 4. Play action. Matthew Stafford finds Davante Adams, gain of 21. Next play, Stafford looking for Colby Parkinson, who's had a big couple of weeks. This is a touchdown after further review. The ruling on the field would stand. Got his hand under it, secured it, and the Rams now have the lead. After a 3-and-out for the Lions, Rams right back out on the field and right back down the field. Stafford, Nakua, who had 9 grabs for 181 yards. The man is a monster. Next play, Rams have really found a 1-2 punch. Blake Corum, he bounces it to the outside. That's a 2-play, 50-yard and 52-second touchdown, and now the Rams have a 10-point lead. This significant injury, but not as bad as an ACL, as you see Davante Adams immediately give up on the play. And I say give up, that's not fair. Had to stop the route because it's a hamstring injury. The initial word out of the Rams locker room, they weren't going to give up on his availability potential for the big Thursday nighter with Seattle, but that will be a significant loss, particularly down in the red zone where he has been such a touchdown target. After a Detroit field goal makes it a 7-point game. Stafford keeps the play alive, and this is an incredible grab from Tutu Atwell, who keeps both feet in as he's tiptoeing down the sidelines. Parkinson again, second touchdown of the day. First career touchdown, multiple touchdown game, I should say, and the Rams are celebrating a playoff berth.
Hey, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I'm so proud of the resilience, the mental toughness, and here's the reality. All right, you might as well punched our ticket to be able to get in the playoffs, but we know we got excellent job. We didn't talk about that all week, but we knew this. All right, unbelievable job. I'll recognize a couple guys, but our preparation for Thursday starts right after this. All right, get that recovery, get yourself right. That was a physical game. All right, but I've been waiting to be able to give a couple of these guys these game balls. You already know the man right there.
Look at the old gray beard. Since about the middle of October, or thereabouts, we'll call it anyway, I've said repeatedly on the show, I like the Rams better than anybody else in the NFC. And this game illustrates just how explosive they are. Down 10, score the next 20, and cruise to a win over a team in Detroit that I will stubbornly insist is still really good. They're 8-6, and the Lions have a difficult but not impossible task to make the playoffs. And they would be a more frightening out than some other teams if they were to make it. If Detroit, however, were to miss the playoffs, they're going to look back on this season with a ton of regret at many, many missed opportunities on fourth downs and many, many close calls, which have repeatedly cost them in their 6 losses. Just to illustrate how high their ceiling is, they have a better point differential than 5 of the 8 division leaders. But again, at the moment, they are on the outside looking in. And for the last decade, really, Kansas City has been the measuring stick across the National Football League. Other teams have won and lost, but it's been Mahomes, it's been the Chiefs. The season abruptly ends like this, with them eliminated and with him injured, which means it lingers into next season and impacts that. I'm going to, right now, how do you just make sense of the fact that this Chiefs season went the way it did?
Yeah, right. Injury aside, the season, I think it's easy to say, probably the biggest disappointment in terms of a team for the season.
No doubt.
In terms of, here we are before Christmas, and they're not a playoff team. And, you know, you and I would talk about, well, they're going to get it figured out, right? When Rashee Rice gets back, they're going to get figured out. Like, that's what will happen. It just never did. It never clicked. And, look, I think it's hard to understand when you think about the head coach is great. He's proved that. The defense coordinator is great. He's proved that. The quarterback is great. He's proved that. But it is a team sport. There's other aspects to it. So, struggled on the offensive line. Running back, you know, did not produce the way that they've had running backs produce in the past. You know, the receivers, especially when guys were out, weren't the same. The tight end position was not the same. So all of those things add up to, yeah, you have a disappointing season. And I think it puts them at a crossroads of, okay, well, what do we need to do to change that going forward?
That's the word you said upstairs. Like, I'm not sure if it's a crossroads, and I'll say it. So this isn't you, this is me. It feels like it because with teams ascending with young quarterbacks, we'll get to their highlights, right? And with now Mahomes having an injury that clearly will linger into next season for at least some portion, perhaps a significant piece of time. I mean, it feels like not that they're going away, but that their place at lording over the division, or conference, I should say, feels like it's done.
Well, there's so much uncertainty for him now, and I think when I say crossroads, I also think that how you approach this offseason, what you do is going to matter. I think you need to address running back. You need to address O-line. You probably are going to end up, maybe treating tight end and receiver differently than you have in the past. Yeah. And on top of it, you don't know. Is he available week 1? Is he available week 4? Is he available week 10? We're sitting here now, like in mid-December, and it just happened. He may not have surgery for another month, like that often happens after ACL injuries. So with that being the case, you don't want him to come back in the middle of the season next year and have a 2-6 team and try to pull you out of a hole. Like, you need to get somebody at quarterback that can have you in the hunt when he does return.
And there's all these odd parallels to Brady and when the injury happened, and there's some similarities about how many Super Bowls were won, this and that and the other thing, but here's a big difference. Brady got early injured week 1, which allows all of next year to be his return. And so I think that's the thing, is the gray area in this fog of when next year you're even talking about has to impact how you go about attacking next season. You'll at least have clarity by the time the offseason arrives for that.
Yeah, but what you won't know is, like the guys have messed up the ACL return. Like Adrian Peterson ruined it for everyone else because he came back so quickly, was fine. That's not typically how it goes, so you're not going to know.
Chargers, you guys won, and that totally gets obliterated by this storyline. We have the rest of this season and at least some portion of the playoffs, it would appear, to talk about you. All credit to them. I think Chargers fans would understand as well as anybody why Mahomes is this lead. Unfortunately, this was not the only significant need.